Next on the list of victims to identity politics is She-Ra from the Netflix reboot. Only this reboot, to me, feels between confusing and insulting to not just those who are fans of either the characters, but general animation or storytelling as well. She-Ra, Princesses of Power was based on the hit TV show from the 80s that starred alongside the Hercules-inspired character He-Man, also referred to as He-Man Masters of the Universe. Both shows were just as popular and well-known as they were back then, even during this day and age of insanity and ignorance. They were mostly popular with the toys and other merchandise, which Barbie company Mattel made millions off of, no different than Hasbro with the Transformers, G.I. Joe, and even My Little Pony franchises as well. She-Ra and He-Man are often seen today as various forms of memes all over the internet, similar to Spider-Man or The Office.
Scoot in front of your seat, Jeremy.
What's going on? What do these guys want?
Toy business, it's cutthroat.
It's playtime!
Back in 2017, Netflix and DreamWorks Animation Television, best known for the questionable Voltron and VeggieTale reboots, had announced they were rebooting another favorite IP, which was She-Ra Princess of Power. Yet the name was later changed to Princesses of Power to promote the show's LGBTQ messages, which some had concerns including retconning the show's characters and story to be more progressive. The reboot was helmed by Noelle Stevenson, who I mentioned earlier that created the graphic Tumblr novel Namana, and was just fresh from a role of creating a pro-LGBTQ comic with 3 others called Lumberjanes, a twist on the men's take on lumberjacks. Outside the realm of entertainment, she's also a political activist in the LGBTQ community with the infamous Comicsgate, with some such as myself calling her the other Anita Sarkeesian, since it's basically the same bullshit as Gamergate. Yet these idiot fan bases like She-Ra and Steven Universe tell us we should keep our fucking mouth shut and accept them for what they are because they're stunning and brave to society and despite having actual flaws in them. I swear, the moment someone tries to constructively criticize or points out the issues in either character development or continuity, it's like we're destroying their precious golden ring, which justifies them to bully people off of social media, which there is no excuse for.
Master tricksters. Of course he did. I told you he was tricksy. I told you he was false. Master is a friend. A friend. Master betrayed us. No, it's business. Leave us alone. Filthy little hobbitses. They stole it from us. No.
What did they steal?
My precious.
It's even worse when it comes to fan art of either of these shows and others SJWs cling on to like they'd be lost without them to get over their TDS nonsense.
And if I don't get the things I am after, I'm going to scream.
In an article by Geek Dad in 2018, the author points out the pros and cons of fandoms where some of them, like of that of Voltron, She-Ra, and Steven Universe, tend to take things too far involving shipping of characters compared to other popular fandoms out there, saying, quote, "But the problem isn't limited to the Voltron fandom. Other shows like Steven Universe, Yuri on Ice, and Sherlock all have large selections of militant shippers. But the most aggressive of the bunch is a new subset of shippers collectively known as ants. It's a term these toxic members of fandom wear proudly, despite the association of combative behavior. Ants appear to be more responsive to, among other factors, changes in how fans interact online. As fans moved from sites like LiveJournal, where content was opt-in, to Tumblr, where content is opt-out, the method in which fans consume content changed. Thanks to ants, the old adage of early fandom of don't like, don't read, or the idea that consumers are responsible for avoiding content they don't like, has been replaced with discourse, death threats, and violence. Despite all this negativity, I believe fandoms are an incredibly positive thing." End quote. I highly recommend you check out the rest of his article if you want more of a breakdown of where he's coming from. But simply put, every fandom has its pros and cons, but all should be handled maturely without resorting to lynching others who aren't on the same page as the rest.
What's that, a welcoming committee? No. That's a lynch mob.
It's best to focus on the good a fandom does and not the bad where the media can exploit it. No different from Marvel or furries.
Idiot! What? Do you realize what you've just done? You just cost me 25 grand, Polly.
Yeah?
Bite me.
Really?
But getting back on topic, I'm not a fan of either 80s She-Ra or He-Man, yet familiar with their marketing on toys years ago and the memes that are all over the net. As for She-Ra itself, all I can be is critical about the redesigns of each character in some episodes of the show. Those like myself have noticed the big differences in the reboot designs compared to the original, found them to be sexist and ignorant intentionally, to body shame good looking people in general, besides rainbow washing these characters like Lara Croft as a marketing gimmick for SJWs. It's clear from the redesigns that the animators did intentionally gender bend some of the female characters, with She-Ra herself looking like a male, as seen here. Here's how I can best sum up my opinion and thoughts about the She-Ra reboot designs as a whole.
How about this one? I call it bold and brash.
More like belongs in the trash.
Sorry, I must have missed that one.
I can't break down everything involving She-Ra, so I highly recommend you check out these 4 videos right here for different opinions and perspectives on the show. The first is from Clownfish TV, where this awesome nerdy couple breaks down and explains what's going on with toxic fandoms, especially those of She-Ra and others. The second is from a woman named Liana K, who's been at the forefront of being critical of Gamergate, but previously gave her opinion and overview about the first season of She-Ra. The third is from a video from someone who's clearly a fan of the series, who gives its 2 cents about the forced shipping of Catra and She-Ra at series end. And finally, the last one is from Anna, that Star Wars girl, where she is joined by Clownfish TV's Geeky Sparkles after Anna was attacked on social media last November for simply pointing out the character design differences between 80s She-Ra to the reboot ones, which was practically a major sin to these SJWs. Not to mention Geeky herself is a hardcore fan of the original, so it's a really engaging chat between the 2 women with that topic and others to be critical on about our culture. To those who have questions asking why did some people have issues with Stevenson doing the reboot, or if that's the case, why couldn't she create her own franchise inspired by the series like she did with the graphic novels? Well, I'll tell y'all why. To put it bluntly, people like Noelle Stevens believes it's much easier using someone else's work to capitalize on their ideas rather than make something that possibly wouldn't be as profitable or marketable as She-Ra. Therefore, these people use existing IPs like She-Ra as an excuse to rebrand something in order to bring their toxic, sexist, identity politics bullshit into the culture more, along with bullying those who are fans of the original, just like those who are critical of Disney's Star Wars. Need I say more?
That is completely taken out of context. You little...
Hey guys, it's RetroMeister again. Thank you for watching this video. If y'all enjoyed it, definitely share, like, and subscribe to my channel for more content coming up soon, and support in the battle for alternative media. You guys stay awesome, and I'll see you all in the next video.